Israel's Benjamin Netanyahu gives final scorched earth speech attacking Biden and vowing return to office after defeat. Benjamin Netanyahu used his final speech as Israel Prime Minister to take a swipe at Joe Biden's hope to revive the nuclear deal with Iran. Naftali Bennett is the country's new leader after the parliament yesterday narrowly voted in favor of ending Netanyahu's historic 12-year rule. Vowing to return to office, Netanyahu went on to talk about dealing with Biden's White House, saying the administration had asked him not to discuss our disagreement on Iran publicly. But with all due respect, I cannot do that, Netanyahu then added, according to the Jerusalem Post. The Prime Minister of Israel needs to be able to say no to the President of the United States on issues that threaten our existence, he said. Netanyahu also described his replacement as PM once an ally as a political lightweight lacking the talent to handle the big job. Bennett does not have the international stature, the knowledge, the government, or the public trust to be taken seriously when fighting the Iranian threat. The Post said Netanyahu compared the bid by the US to return to the Iran deal to the decision by President Franklin D. Roosevelt not to bomb the train tracks leading to Auschwitz when there was an opportunity in 1944. The speech was supposed to take 15 minutes, but it is said to have continued for more than half an hour. A senior Israel diplomat later told Axios that Netanyahu decided to damage the US-Israel relationship for his own personal interest and trying to leave scorched earth for the incoming government. Netanyahu added Tehran is now celebrating his defeat as they understand that starting today there will be a weak and unstable government. Bennett will now preside over a diverse and fragile coalition of 8 parties. However, Netanyahu remains head of the Likud party and will hold the post of opposition leader. Sunday's vote passed a 60 to 59 margin ended a 2-year cycle of political paralysis in which the country held 4 elections. The seismic political development comes in the tense aftermath of 11-day war between Israel and Palestinians after clashes in Jerusalem sparked a bombing blitz that killed more than 250 people. The fighting, as well as violence in the occupied West Bank and in a mixed Jewish Arab-Israeli town, initially appeared to strengthen Netanyahu's grip on power. Netanyahu has made his feelings over US hopes to rekindle talks with Tehran crystal clear. Just last month he said, I can tell you that I hope that the United States will not go back to old JCPOA, Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, because we believe that deal paves the way to Iran to have an arsenal of nuclear weapons with international legitimacy, Netanyahu said. We also reiterated that whatever happens, Israel will always reserve the right to defend itself against a regime committed to our destruction, committed to getting the weapons of mass destruction for that end. Washington and Tehran are currently engaged in indirect negotiations in Vienna to return to the JCPOA, which sought to limit Iran's ability to develop a nuclear weapon. Donald Trump left the deal in 2018 and put massive sanctions on Iran, which Tehran demands in Washington lift in exchange for the return to compliance. Last month, we reported how Iran is enriching enough uranium to make nuclear bombs. The head of UN Nuclear Watchdog has warned. Under the 2015 nuclear deal, Iran agreed to limit uranium enrichment to 3.67%. However, Rafael Grossi, Director General of the International Atomic Energy Agency, said the Islamic State is enriching uranium in purity levels. Only countries making bombs are reaching. A country enriching at 60% is a very serious thing, he told the Financial Times. 60% is almost weapons grade. Commercial enrichment is 2 to 3%. This is a degree that requires a vigilant eye. Thank you.